Hello friends, welcome to the video number 28 for the Python 3 series. And well, in this video we're gonna be talking about how to use the continue and the break statements inside of loops. And well, here I'm gonna make a little bit more complete example, I hope, using some of the tools that we have been learning, but still I'm gonna try to keep it very simple. So here the first thing you can see I have is a variable that I'm calling multiple of, and what I'm gonna store there is a number that is gonna be received from the user. So I'm gonna get an input from the user, and well, my prompt is gonna be find multiples of. So I am expecting the user to tell me, okay, this is the number that you want, or I want Python to find the multiples of. And now remember, every input is received as a string, so we need to convert this to an integer. And well, finally we're gonna store that in this variable, and then I'm gonna use a counter in here. I'm gonna start this in 0, and we're gonna see what are we gonna use that for in a little bit. And well, in this case I'm gonna be using a for loop. In the previous video, we talked about the while loop, and actually we saw an example of how to use the break statement inside of a while loop. But well, in this case I'm gonna be using a for. You can use continue and break in any kind of loop. Can be a for, can be a while. So in this case, again, for I'm gonna use this variable I in this range. I'm creating a range starting at 1, and I want to include the 100, so that's what I'm going up to 101. And I'm not giving any step at the end, so because I want it to go one by one. And well, the very first statement I have inside of a for loop is I want to print this statement, which is just checking number and whatever it is, number 1, number 2, number 3, in every loop. And then we're gonna have to use here an if statement, right? So we're gonna check a condition. In this case, again, I'm trying to find multiples of. So the way that we can do that very easily is just by using the modulo operator or modulus operator. So if we divide this number, the number of the loop in which we are at, we divide that by the multiple of, and we obtain the modulo. If is exactly divisible by that number, then we have no remainder. The remainder should be 0, or it's gonna be 0. So if it's not 0, if it's not equal to 0, then what I'm telling Python is just continue. Now, continue doesn't mean go ahead with the rest of the loop. On the contrary, continue is just, okay, stop right here and go back to the beginning of the loop. That's what continue does. So, for example, if I said, okay, number 3, multiples of 3, then 1, I'm going to have a residue. It's not going to be 0, so this is going to be true. So continue, and then go to the next one. 2 is not exactly divisible by 3, so the remainder is not 0. So this is true, goes inside, continue. And number 3, so then 3 divided by 3 is going to be 0, so this is going to be false. So I'm not going to get inside of a continue, and then I'm going to continue with the rest of the loop. Maybe kind of confusing, but well, that's what happens. So in that case, instead of going in here and go back to the beginning of the loop, it's gonna go to the next statement, and it's gonna print, okay, this number, let's say number 3, is a multiple of 3, right, which is the number that we got here. Now let's do it with the number 5. I think is much easier to see. So find multiples of 5, and there it is, right? So we start getting uh, checking number 1, number 2, so on, and 5 is a multiple of 5, 10 is a multiple of 5, and so on, until we finally get to number 10, and well, 10, 100. So 100 is a multiple of 5, right? So again, we just go in here if we don't get to the continue, right? So only when this is equals, we're gonna get into this part. If this is not equal to 0, then continue, we go back to the beginning of the loop. Now let's activate this. And well, here is gonna come our counter in our help. So we already found a multiple of 5. Okay, so make the counter increase by 1. And if the counter reaches 10, so this means I just want to find the first 10 multiples of whatever number I am giving. If I already counted 10, then break. And break, what it's going to do is it's going to take me completely out of this loop. It's going to break it completely. And then if I have more instructions here down below, then it's going to continue with the rest of the program. But then, well, that's what break does. It just takes me completely out of the loop. So let's do that 5 again. And of course, the first 10 multiples of 5 should take me only to 50. And well, there it is. As soon as I get 50, I have found the multiple 10 of number 5. And then we break, completely break out of a loop. Now, of course, if I give another number, let's say 13, so we're never gonna reach 130 because I limit the range to 101. So we reach the end of the loop, but because we finished all the range, right? Not because we hit the break, because the counter never reached 10. And well, that's basically it. The thing that we can do with continue and how we can break completely out of the loop, the differences between continue and break. And well, I hope this was clear. I was able to explain correctly. And well, that's basically it for this video. So let's leave it right here. And well, as always, I hope that you found this video useful. Thanks all of you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. And I hope to see you on the next video.